Hey, what's up guys? In this video, I want to open a business, so I'm going to learn all the, at least majority of the business concepts that's taught in a MBA, just like as you guys can see. So as you can see, Masters of Business Administration. So this is as a side project because I want to open a business in the car modification slash vehicle theme, right? So teach me everything taught in an MBA. And then we could see that it says, teach me how the whole thing as soon as possible, simplified. So we're going to start from here. So this is just so we're going to go from here again. So again, this is a live stream, so it's not prepared, so that I might, go here and there. But as you can see, profit is obviously just revenue minus expenses. This is basic stuff. Okay, liabilities is what we owe. Keeps is the equity. So equity is what we usually go for in startups. So we help them build early startups to hold a certain stake in their company. Assets is obviously what we own, right? So cash flow, so shows how money moves, and then not just paper profit, right? So cash is a fact, profit is an opinion. So overhead costs, overhead costs are basically an unpredictable expenses. For example, for administration, sometimes you might have to hire more, so it would take away from your profit, right? So pretty much as you can see, so money in minus money out. So this is for supply and doing other things, maintenance, marketing and everything. So finance is obviously growing money, managing and growing money. So money now is greater than money later. Not the same scenario of when you're going for equity in early startups, but yes. So return on investment, gain minus cost. So how much does it take? So this is just in percentages, right? So how much we gained minus how much we spent divided by the cost. So that would give a percentage of how much of a return on investment we made. Value of future. I think this is a NPV. I don't know what this stands for. Let me try to get the definition of this, right? Let's say, for example, okay, so as you can see, it says the difference between the percent value of cash flows and the percent value of wait, one second, I'm tripping. Net present value, right? So let's see the simplified one. So the difference between the present value of cash inflows and the present value of cash outflows over a period of time. So we're gonna make a short note. Okay, so we're gonna go here and we're going to do biz, and so I use biz as a keyword. Sorry, biz as a keyword to manage this, right? So it's a biz and then NPV, so net present value. And as you can see, the difference between the present value of cash inflows and the present value of cash outflows over a period of time. So now we're also going to take that. I saw an important balance sheet. So as you can see, a discount rate in first year it's $50. Initial investment is $50. So at a 5% rate, it would keep going every year. So that way we have a NPV, what it means. Okay, so I'll calculate this. So it's the difference between the percent value of cash inflows and the percent value of cash outflows over a certain period of time. By contrast, the internal rate of return is a calculation used to estimate the profitability of potential investments. Right, so one second, I'll come back to this, right? So risk versus return, how you return, yeah, this is obvious. So betting on options trading basically calls inputs. Investors love predictable growth. That's like, index funds. So marketing, product, price, place, promotion. This is something everyone knows. Know your customer deeply. Basically brand segmentation. So customer segmentation and customer, what was the other one? It's like segmentation and, what was it? Segmentation and I think it should be here. Segmentation and targeting those, this is like Facebook ad stuff. But wait, let me go all the way down here. So let's say right here. So customer deeply, create a strong brand. So branding, marketing and stuff, logos and everything. Test and iterate. Your first idea is rarely the best. This is very obvious. Don't know, analysis paralysis shouldn't be a thing either. People by emotions, not features. Exactly. So still the story, not the specs. Exactly. So operations, how to get things done, right? So this is not a must at the start. So at the start is obviously this, right? And then once it's iterated enough to the point people like it, then you do that. Operations, so make stuff cheaper, faster, and better. So using systems to scale work, again, digital systems. Inventory, obviously, cost if it sits too long, right? So obviously having warehouses, at least renting them out first. Optimize supply chain, so how you get the items to you, imported or exported, how you do things, right? Measure efficiency, KPI, so key performance indicators. So how is everything happening? So usually collect data on everything as much as possible, and use ML models to make things better, right? If you can measure it, you can improve it. Exactly. So leadership and management, be clear, consistent, and decisive. So be clear, consistent, and decisive. Consistency always. Be clear, consistent, and decisive. Don't juggle, right? And you can reduce the bias when you collect more data. So otherwise you can't improve it, right? People follow trust, not titles. Exactly, right? So usually trust over titles. Delegate clearly, not dumping, but empowering, right? So not dumping, but empowering. Delegate clearly, right? So just don't dump it on anyone. What's the definition of empowering? I'm actually an idiot. Hold on. Empowering means give someone the authority or power to do something, right? So let me do this. Okay, so let's make sure this is something we remember. So let's say delegate clearly. Okay, not dumping, but empowering. What does empowering mean? So empowering is giving, what's the word for it? Giving someone the authority to or power to do something, right? Giving someone the authority or power to do something, because you can't do everything by yourself. Give feedback early, privately and specifically, right? So make sure you iterate and make sure there's nothing wrong, right? Culture eats strategy for breakfast, right? Strategy for breakfast, right? Early, privately and specifically, right? And teams need purpose, autonomy, and mastery, right? So obviously purpose, autonomy. So autonomy is automation, and autonomy means that, like, handle like a case study of autonomy. 1 second. Ability to right. So autonomy is being able to make your own decisions, which usually happens over time, because you can't expect an intern to fucking do everything, right? So yeah, teams need purpose, autonomy, and mastery. So a manager obviously needs to be responsible for giving them purpose, right? Mastery. So let's say teams need purpose, autonomy, mastery. So strategy, vision, where you're going, mission, why you exist, competitive advantage. Porter's 5 forces theory is like power, price, place. No, that wasn't place, promotion. Was that Porter's 5 forces? I think it was let's see, competitive rivalry, supplier. So let's say buyer power, supplier power, competitive rivalry, threat of new entries, threat of substitution, right? So let's copy this. I have a few other notes. Customer bargaining power, threat of new entrants, supplier bargaining power, internal competition, and threat of substitutes. So this is Porter's 5 forces, right? So as you can see, degree of rivalry, threat of new entrants, threat of substitutes, bargaining power of buyers, and bargaining power of suppliers. So you need to have close relationships with them. You need to have close relationships with these guys. You need to be aware of these guys. You need to be aware of these guys as well, and you need to be aware of rivalry, right? So how can you fight? That's the point, right? So boom, just like that. So competitive advantage, what makes you hard to copy, right? So strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Porter's 5 forces. Okay, so Porter's 5 forces. Obviously you can see strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Porter's 5 forces. That's what we looked at right here. So it's similar to SWOT analysis, right? Focus is power. Do less equals better, right? So do less is better, right? Focusing on one thing, right? So if you try to please everyone, you'll please no one. That's facts. That's facts. Okay. Economics, how markets work, supply and demand, right? Drives price, obviously, right? So when the demand is high, they can increase the prices because there's so much demand for it, right? Scarcity creates value, right? So obviously when it's too rare, it creates value. Elasticity, how price sensitive buyers are. So gem businesses in this case, how price sensitive buyers are, right? Macroeconomics, big trends, interest rates, inflation, how much prices increase over time. GDP, gross domestic product. That's like how much money a country makes, isn't it? So interest rates are how much is put on you for a loan, for example, right? So market is bigger than anyone's business. And the market is bigger than any one business, exactly. So macros. Okay, so entrepreneurship, okay, starting stuff that matters, solve a real problem, right? Start small, scrappy, fast, right? Do it fast when you're doing it first, right? MVPs, find product market fit before scaling. You need to make sure your business is working in the first place. Talk to users early and often. Collect data. Fund with your own money, then customers, profits, right? Then investors, right? So bootstrap, customers, then investors. Rule, build, measure, learn, repeat, right? Build, measure, right? Measure from this and learn and repeat, right? So keep doing it until one of your small ideas becomes the next biggest idea. Usually not in software though. So software is like, one thing I need to make sure you guys understand is that if you're doing software, make sure software doesn't come first, because 90% of software tools actually fail because of how easy it is to replicate. Build a real business, like a physical business, a real one, a real physical business first, and then once you have a certain level of money coming in, okay, money, I'll just draw like a money sign, I guess. I'll just do dollars, okay. Once you have a certain level of money coming in, that's when you want to build a software, because you understand the niche, you know what I mean? Because if the software fails, just like this 90%, then you can always go back to this. Okay, so let's go on. Business law and ethics. Contracts matter. Read them. Yes, very much. Equity deals. You need to always delegate. You need to always make contracts. Don't steal, lie, or cheat. Legal wins still ruin reputations. Facts. Legal wins still ruin reputations. That's facts. Intellectual property, patents, trademarks, copyrights. Patents is something that someone else owns, isn't it? An exclusive right granted for an invention, right? So like the light bulb, Thomas Alva Edison, I think, I don't know. Ethical short choices build long-term trust. Exactly, right? So do the right thing even when no one's watching. Facts, okay? Data and decision makings. You use data, not just gut, right? Use the data, not just gut. You look at trends, collect data from day one, not just snapshots, right? Look at trends, not just snapshots. Exactly. So no mean versus median, obviously average versus the middle value, right? Use Excel, Google Sheets, or Notion to track key numbers. Facts, 100%. Visualize with charts for quick decisions. Facts, once again. Good decisions come from good info. That's facts, right? Information. Human resources, people management. Hire slow, fire fast. This is really fucked up, but yes, this is facts. Hire slow, fire fast. Set clear expectations. Recognize effort publicly. Develop leaders from within, right? People leave managers, not companies. Right. People leave managers, not companies. Happy teams equal better business, 100%. Capstone, putting it all together. Build or run a simulated business. Understand your customer, price it right, deliver value, manage costs, lead well, grow smart, and track results. Facts. Great business is just solving pain profitably at scale. Facts. Solving pain profitably at scale. First as an MVP, right? So understand your customer, price right, deliver value, manage costs, lead well, grow smart, track results. Solve a real problem, lead a great team, make more money than you spend, and grow wisely. This is profit and grow wisely. Scaling. So teach me more. Teach me more. Okay, so let's go on to the next part. Okay, so Porter's 5 forces. We obviously just read about this. Competitive rivalry, SWOT analysis. What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What are my opportunities in this market? And what are the threats, right? Subsidy businesses, new entrants, and things like that. So for example, internal versus external. Use it before making any big move. Facts. Focus-based beats variety. Dominate a niche before expanding. That's facts. Marketing, real results tactics. Okay, so segment, so divide your customer base, target properly, and then position yourself, right? So use the AIDA funnel. So attention, right, adds a SEO, social interest, content, and storytelling. Desire, benefits, and emotions, right? So you have certain acne problem, so then things like that. And then use my thing, since you don't feel the best because about it, you should use my product, right? Action, clear call to action, right? Clear call to action. So what is this about? Okay, people buy when they feel understood, not when they understand you, right? When they feel understood. That's facts. So psychologically understand what the other person is up to, what the other person wants, right? What the other person needs, technically. Finance, numbers that matter. Key ratios, gross margin, right? Revenue versus how much is spent, right? COGS, what is COGS spent? Cost of goods sold, right? Revenue minus cost of goods sold. Cost as in like how much it takes to have these items, isn't it? Beginning inventory, purchases minus ending inventory. Right. So this is actually pretty good. So just say biz cost of goods sold. Let's say boom. And assets minus assets and liabilities, right? So assets is what you own, liability is what you owe. Are you liquid, right? Burn rate, how fast are you losing money monthly, right? Runway, how many months until you run out of cash? That's facts. Okay, what's your break-even point, right? So operation, smooth system optimization, bottleneck, find what's slowing everything else down. Again, you can use data or analyze processes, right? Use lean principles, eliminate waste, improve flow, build quality in, right? So eliminate waste. And then we have Six Sigma, which is collecting data and reducing errors, isn't it? No, lean is Six Sigma was, wait, Six Sigma. I think it was exactly data driven to reduce used to improve business by understanding what's causing problems based on the idea that all business process can be measured and optimized. Facts. Quality control, that are tools that businesses can use to eliminate defects and improve processes to help boost their profits. Facts. Okay. Focus on the customer. So focus on customer, data-driven decision making, reduce variation through process improvement. That's facts. Proactive management, collaboration, and team involvement. Facts. 100%. Okay. So it's a Six Sigma. What the Sigma? Okay. So, anyways. Okay. So we can see that. So let's go on to automate anything that repeats facts. Time equals money, right? This is facts. Data and decisions, thinking like a CEO. So cost to acquire customer, lifetime value of customers, or Gucci and Louis Vuitton do this higher, but they have a higher number of customers, lifetime value. Conversion rate, visitors, turn visitors into paying users, right? So turn visitors into paying users. Turn who leaves and why, right? Who leaves and why. Conversion rate, visitors into paying users. That's facts. The best leaders are part of data nerd. Part data nerd, part storyteller. That's facts. Leadership, real influence. Golden rules. Communication, vision is greater than a task, right? Praise publicly, correct privately. That's facts. Ask more questions, then you give orders. Communicate vision over task. Rotate leaders, build other leaders, not followers. Right. Entrepreneurship, rapid testing. Lean canvas, one-page business plan. That's facts. Lean canvas, minimum viable product, not faster, learn faster. That's facts. Talk to 20 real users before coding or scaling. That's facts. Pro tip: no customers, no business. Start with pain, not ideas. That's facts. Start with pain, not ideas. Facts, 100%. Bonus: real MBA reading list. Best 5 books. The Lean Startup. So, Good to Great. Jim Collins. Start with Why. 0 to 1. Blue Ocean Strategy. Can give you real world case studies, share templates, cash flow tools, help you build your own startup or business idea. Teach me more. Get there, but simplified. Okay, so let's go on to solve a problem, gets paid for it, repeats that process, grows sustainably. An offer, people to buy it, a way to deliver it, and way to keep it profitable, right? So customer retention and way to deliver it. So it's customer acquisition technically, and people to buy it, right? That's facts. An offer, product or service, right? It's either one of these that we're selling, right? Solves the problem, gets paid for it, repeats that process, grows sustainably, right? So product thinking, what you sell. Find a pain point that people complain about. Build a simple solution they're excited to pay for. Test it with 10 plus people before scaling, and build with MVP first, minimum viable product. Golden rule: make something people want, not just what you want to make. That's facts. Business model: how you make money. Simple, some simple models. One-time sale, okay. Subscription, okay. Netflix. Freemium to an upgrade, that's Spotify. And commission-based, Uber and Fiverr. Subscription, one-time sales like t-shirts. Golden rule: if you can predict revenue, you can grow safely, right? Marketing: how people find you, okay. Define your target audience, hook them with a clear message. Use channels, Instagram, TikTok, email, SEO, and ads. Add urgency, discounts, time limit, scarcity. Golden rule: attention is currency. Get it and then keep it, right? Add urgency, discounts, time limits, scarcity. That's facts, okay. So rarity technically. Instagram, this is use channels, email, SEO. Collect emails if you can. Hook them with a clear message. Define your target audience. Sales: how you close. Listen more than you speak. Facts. Show how it helps, not how it works, right? Handle objections with empathy. Facts. Facts. Understand human emotion. As for the close, would you like to start today, right? Would you like to start today? People don't buy products, they buy results. Facts. Okay. Operations: how you deliver. Make repeatable systems, checklists, workflows. Automate anything boring. Track time, money, resources. Make sure the customer is happy after purchase. Simpler systems scale better. That's facts. Okay? Simpler systems. Finance, track the health. Revenue, total money in. Cost of goods sold, cost to make, divided by deliver. Profit, revenue, cost of goods sold, minus expenses. Right? Revenue minus cost of goods sold, minus expenses. Cash flow, real money movement, not just profits. Golden rule, stay positive, cash positive, right? That's facts. Counting, you know your numbers. Track income, expenses, debt, and assets. Hire a bookkeeper or use software, right? Save 25% to 30% of your income for taxes. Keep your runaway. How many months left if no new sales? Golden rule: if you don't know your numbers, you're guessing. That's facts. Leadership and people, set the vision and direction. Build a team that aligns with your mission. Give clear feedback and trust people to lead. Great leaders listen, coach, and inspire, not just manage. Growth strategy: don't scale until you have a product market fit. Cost to acquire customer or customer lifetime value. Scale what works, stop what doesn't, right? Focus on one channel at a time. Grow only what's working, kill the rest fast. Law and ethics, okay? Have contracts always. Protect your IP, okay? Brand name, design, and tech. Don't copy others, innovate, right? So don't copy others, innovate, that's facts. Protect your IP, what's that? Product name, design, tech, right? That's facts. Have contracts always. Don't copy others, innovate, right? Be ethical, cheat now, pay later. That's facts. Facts, right? Golden rule: reputation is your real brand, right? Reputation, if you fuck it up, you're fucked. Entrepreneur mindset: be scrappy, test, iterate. Don't wait for perfect, launch now, fix later. Learn from real users, not just books. Fail fast, learn faster. Golden rule: action is greater than perfection. Bonus tools, all you need, right? Businessman, a lean canvas, right? A lean canvas, interesting. Finance, Google Sheets, when you have QuickBooks, that's facts. QuickBooks is an interesting platform that I need to go across. Canva, MetaApps, and MailChimp. I'm already used to these. Product, MailChimp for automated mailing. Product, that's when you have a mailing list though. So yeah. So teamwork, Slack, Notion, and Trello. We use Discord for this. Automations, Zapier, and Make. We have used this. And ManyChat, obviously, for Instagram. Build real value, sell to the right people, segmentation and targeting, track what works, right? Data-driven decisions, less bias, lead with purpose, right? What's your vision and what's your mission? Go smart, not just fast, right? Would you like me to teach me more? Come on, teach me more. We have 8 minutes until it's 30 minutes, so let's go. So successful, exactly. So 80-20 rule. So 80% of results come from 20% of effort. That's facts. Okay. But you need to give it 100, so focus on what drives results. That's facts. Break things down to basics and rebuild. Innovation, solving hard problems. What you're giving up when choosing something else, right? Deciding between jobs, projects, or products. Thinking backwards, how do I fail and how avoid it? Risk management. Tiny daily improvements equals massive long-term gains. That's facts. Learning, investing, and habits, right? Tiny daily improvements equals massive long-term gains, right? So learning, investing, and habits. Power skills that MBAs pay for. MBAs pay, right? Hook, problem, make them feel it. Solution, offer your product. Call to action, tell them exactly what you do. Is what's in it for them. Thinking, right? Yes, is this flexible? So then it's a weapon, use it after your offer. Who is it for? What's the problem? Why you? What's attraction? What's the ask? Best communicator usually wins, even if their product isn't the best. That's facts. Tech MBA, Tech plus MBA, power combo. Even if you're not a coder, you should know API, MVP, UI UX, SaaS, churn. That's facts, right? How many people cancel over time? It's for subscription models mainly, or even normal businesses, right? So golden rule: learn to work with developers, not as one, right? Learn to work with developers, not as one. How companies actually grow: growth equals product times distribution times retention, right? Product times distribution times retention, right? Product, distribution times how you keep the client, how you give it, how you keep them interested in what you give, right? So what you're selling, right? Early, find users who love your product. Middle, make it easy to refer/share it. Automate sales, expand reach, right? That's facts. Great products grow through users, not to users, right? Build once, earn forever. Okay, so build a brand, media creator, influencer, that's facts. Build a business, product or service, build equity, startup or stocks. This is what we do. Equity, own real assets, property, IP, which is no, in initial public offering, is it? No, it's IPO. In business, intellectual property in business refers to the legal rights, right mind, such as inventions, literacy, and artistic works, designs and symbols using commerce. Facts. Okay. So own property and software. That's facts. Golden rule: work once, get paid forever. That's facts. Fast MBA book mindset summaries. So atomic habits, systems is greater than goals, right? The lean startup. So build, measure, learn, right? So first put it out there. It's fine if it's dog shit, but then improve. 0 to 1, be different or die. Damn. Okay. The almanac of never. You can learn to build, learn to sell. Rework, forget the rules. Build small, fast, and now. Final level, be a builder, not just a learner. If you truly want to own this knowledge, start a small online business, even if fake idea works for practice. Make a one page pitch deck. Explain these concepts to someone else. Write short posts or about what you've learned. What next? I can help you build your startup step by step. Practice interviews like MBA grab. Create flashcards or daily learning schedules. Build a landing page, pitch, or investor deck. Tell me what outcome you want, and I'll decide. Teach me more about what's taught in an MBA at the final levels. Basically, everything I need to master, but simplified. Okay, so let's get started. All right. So corporate strategy, think big picture. So vision, mission, SWOT analysis, Porter's 5 forces, vertical versus horizontals, one more of the process like Apple, or expand into new markets, right? So this is vertical or expand into new markets. So it's horizontal. Stay ahead of the competitors, grow smart, that's facts. Change management, how leaders drive transformation without breaking teams. Simple formula, communicate why the change matters, right? Why the change matters. How leaders drive transformation without breaking teams. Involve people early, train plus support, right? Celebrate small wins, measure and adapt. And change fails when you skip the human part. Advanced finance, how big businesses and investors think about money. So valuation, how much is the company worth it? Net present value, future money is worth less than today. Internal rate of return, how fast money grows in a project. Profit before taxes and accounting tricks. Cap table, who owns how much equity, right? VCs and CEOs speak this language. Learn it even if you're non-technical, it's facts. Organizational behavior, how to design teams that don't fall apart. Flat orgs, speed and trust. Hierarchy, stability and clarity. Culture, invisible engine set by leadership. Psychological safety, people speak up, equals better decisions. Right, best leaders design how work happens, not just what happens. Global business, how companies expand into other countries. Quick tools, pestle analysis, political, economic, social, tech, environmental, legal factors, that's facts. I always keep an eye on this. Environmental, right? Macros and micros, legal factors, economic, that's macros, political, right? Think currency, supply chains, and local culture. So supply chains is how you get the imports or exports, whatever it is that you're the type of business. Global brands localize. McDonald's menus change by country. Facts. So don't copy paste one business model everywhere. That's facts. That's facts. Operations strategy, mastering speed, scale, and quality. And lean operations, remove waste. Just in time, only order what's needed. Print on demand, right? Supply chain, get products from supplier to customer. Bottlenecks, one slow step, slows everything. It's facts. Even software startups need operations, onboarding, delivery, and support. Right? Human capital, people strategy, HR as a strategic weapon. I have culture, learning, not just credentials. Performance management, setting goals plus feedback loops. Incentives, people do what you reward. Equity, stock options, skin in the game. That's facts. Great businesses are people systems. Right. Because setting goals plus feedback loops. Incentives, people do what you reward. equity, stock options, so it's skin in the game. High for culture plus learning, not just credentials. Risk and crisis management, survive bad markets, scandals, or failures. Identify risk types, financial, legal, operational, and PR. Score by likelihood / impact. Plan scenarios. What if sales drop by 50%? Communicate transparently in crisis. Most MBAs forget this. Smart founders prepare early. Right. Sorry. Financial, legal, operational, PR. Right. Score by likelihood times impact. Right. Score by likelihood times risk and. Right. Okay. Plan scenarios. What if sales drop by 50%? Right. Communicate transparently in crisis. That's facts. So you need to be open to the possibility of everything, pretty much. Sales could be sky high this week, and could be dog shit tomorrow. So we need to understand that. Communicate transparently in crisis. Right? Smart founders prepare early. Innovation and disruption. How not to get crushed. How to not get crushed by faster competitors. Always run experiments, new features, channels, and segments. Right? Right? Channels. Segments. Segmenting, dividing. Listen to unhappy customers. They drive innovation. That's facts. Avoid innovators. Avoid the innovators dilemma. Right? Big companies often ignore small threats. Right? Big companies ignore small threats. Disrupt yourself before someone else does. Decision making under uncertainty. No data, still decide like a boss. No data, still decide like a boss. Expected value equals chance times outcome. Right? So chance times outcome. Right? What's the chance times the outcome? Regret minimization. Pick what future you won't regret. Right? Option thinking. Create multiple paths, not just one. Pre-mortem. Imagine the plan failed. Why? Light leaders don't wait for 100% clarity. They move it 70% and adapt. That's facts. Executive presence and ethics. What makes you people follow you? Checklist. Speak clearly, not fast. Right. I should stop doing this. I should speak clearly and not fast. Hold eye contact. Show integrity even when no one's watching. Take responsibility, especially in failure. Great leaders are calm, clear, and consistent. That's something I need to fix about myself. Final rule of MBA mastery: think like an owner, lead like a coach, and operate like an engineer, sell like a human. Facts. Lead like a coach. Can help you build a mini MBA project to master this hands-on. Simulate running a startup with realistic problems. Give me something combines all the things you mentioned and you can help me with. Let's put everything to simplify MBA into action with one powerful project that combines the ultimate MBA simulation project. Build and run a startup in 7 stages. Right? Digital therapy app for young professionals. Interesting. A digital therapy app for young professionals. A smart notebook that syncs with the cloud. A platform that connects freelancers and startups with startups. A smart notebook that syncs with the cloud. A digital therapy app for young professionals. Smart notebook that syncs with the cloud, right? A platform that connects freelancers with startups. Right? A one-line mission: just find your customer, run a SWOT analysis, right? Problem, your solution, market opportunity, traction, prototype. The ask, money, team support. Business model and finance plan. Show how it makes money and grows. Pick your business model, product, services. Sketch out revenue streams, cost structure, break-even point, basic 12-month forecast, marketing growing plan, attract your first 100 users, your task, create a growth engine, content, SEO, YouTube blog, paid ads, influencer, community base, write a 3-step onboarding plan, build an MVP, decide what to build first, define your 3 core features for a first version, choose your tools, no code, React, Figma, simple product roadmap, team and organization plan, define responsibilities, decide what to hire versus outsource, create a basic org chart, risk and scaling plan. So prepare to grow without breaking. List 3 biggest risks and how you manage them. So scaling operations, retaining users, avoiding burnout. How can we use this? So you tell me, want me to pick a real startup idea and go through all 7 stages together, step by step? Want me to build a full Notion? No. With all sections of it? No. Want a visual pitch deck template, finance calculator, or branding kit? This is your real world MBA capstone. And I'll guide you through all of it like a personal startup mentor. Or do you want me to build a blank project shell for you to fill in, right? So I'm gonna go through this, but it needs to be for something that's not software based. All right, so let's see what this is about. Mission statement. So to revolutionize the packaging industry by providing businesses with sustainable alternatives to traditional plastic packaging, reducing environmental impact, and empowering a cleaner planet, my bad. So eco-friendly products, pretty much. To revolutionize the packaging industry by providing businesses with sustainable alternatives to traditional plastic packaging, reduce environmental impact, and empowering, right, that's facts. Small and medium-sized businesses, cafes, food delivery services. Retailers focus on eco-conscious consumers, stores, sustainable fashion brands. Commerce businesses selling eco-friendly or organic products. Right. SWOT analysis. So strengths and weaknesses. Initial product costs might be high, right? Strong interest in eco-friendly businesses. Consumer awareness might take time. Unique, high-quality product offerings, right? Because it's eco-friendly. Supply chain issues could arise, right? Expanding eco-conscious market, competition from low-cost plastic manufacturers, government regulations favoring eco-friendly products, potential volatility in material prices, partnerships with global eco-friendly brands, public skepticism, and true sustainability of products. Pitch deck: problem, solution, market opportunity, traction, prototype. Ask: we're seeking 500K investment to scale production, expand marketing, and further develop our product line. Revenue streams: direct sales to small to medium businesses in the food and retail sectors. Subscription model for ongoing packaging, supply of packaging. Bulk orders for large corporations that need eco-friendly solutions. Packaging solutions at scale. Cost structure: raw materials, sustainable, biodegradable products, manufacturing costs, machinery and labor. Distribution and logistics, right? Shipping it, and marketing and branding. Branding and sales, right? To break even in 2 years as customer acquisition grows and word of mouth drives more sales. Facts, right? Month financial forecast: 500,000 year one, scaling with more contracts and repeat customers. Costs for manufacturing, packaging, marketing, and labor. Net profit after year one as operations are optimized. Marketing and growing plan, growth engine, eco-inspired content and community. Step onboarding plan for customers: initial awareness, custom onboarding, follow-ups, and build an MVP. Core features of an MVP: customizable design, basic online ordering system, right? Raw materials: source biodegradable paper, bamboo, and plant-based materials. Production: partner with local manufacturers to create prototypes. Marketing: build a landing page, right? That's facts. It's easy. Finalize prototypes, launch marketing campaign, secure, right? Expand product line, begin, right? Operations lead who manages production, supply chain, and delivery. Marketing lead focused on awareness campaigns and customer acquisition. Responsible for building relationships with clients, pitching products, and handling customer orders. Right. Risk and scaling plan, supply chain disruption, partner with multiple suppliers to minimize risk. Right. Customer education is content marketing to teach businesses why eco-plan should pay. Right. That's facts. We always, right. Maintain competitive pricing by optimizing production, working with trusted suppliers to manage costs. Diversify products, expand to more types of packaging, retail, shipping boxes. Automate production, invest in efficient, high-capacity manufacturing equipment. International expansion: after establishing local markets, start targeting global, eco-conscious brands. Finalize your vision statement and SWOT analysis. Prepare a short pitch for potential investors or partners. Work on financials and build your 12-month forecast. Start creating your marketing materials. Okay, I'll tell you what. We have the idea. Okay, we have the great idea of starting an apparel manufacturing business in Sri Lanka. That the apparel manufacturing business in Sri Lanka. It's a startup So tell me, how should I go about it? Let's see what it says. It's a fantastic and high potential idea. Sri Lanka has that's facts. Starting your own apparel manufacturing startup could carve a niche, especially if you focus on value like customization, eco-friendliness, or digital first brand support. Break it down. Tailored context, right? Ethical, small batch apparel manufacturing for global and local fashion brands. Focus on quality, sustainability, and fast turnaround. To become apparel for emerging global and fashion brands of ethical manufacturing, customization, sustainable innovation. That's facts. Niche ideas: eco-friendly fabrics, organic cotton, recycled polyester. Small batch production for fashion startups, right? Fashion startups. White label for influencers and or small brands. Custom uniforms, workwear for businesses. Quick turn sampling for international buyers. Quick turn sampling. What's that? Simple sampling, quick turn sampling. What's that? So quick turn sampling. Okay, quick turn sampling for international buyers. Okay, ideal customers, local and export, influencers launching apparel lines, e-commerce stores needing custom apparel, hotels and restaurants needing uniforms, NGOs of schools needing ethically made wear, and yeah, SWAT, skilled labor, right? So gonna do a analysis and biz, and let's say niche ideas and ideal customers. So niche ideas and ideal customers for apparel, right? So now SWOT analysis right here. So skilled labor, reputation for quality, initial capital for machines, right? Proximity to Indian fabric market, small team equals limited production volume. Facts. Ethical labor, global selling point, need B2B relationships and trust building. Growing global demand for ethical wear, economic fluctuations or political unrest, local designers, influencers, bigger factories are offering bulk discounts. Facts. Rise of D2C brands needing suppliers, shipping delays, raw materials, and shortages. Facts. Facts. Bigger companies does not mean you can't compete. That's the first thing we need to get out of the way. We're building a flexible ethical apparel manufacturing business in Sri Lanka that supports fashion brands with startups with low minimum high quality production fast. Pitching locally, partner with fashion institutes and interest from brands that need your help. Board of Investment Sri Lanka. Business model and finance. Cost per unit, margin based, sample development fees, white label production fees, and monthly B2B retainer. Optional for D2C clients. What the fuck is D2C? Direct to consumer, right? Okay, so B2B retainer. Optional for D2C clients, that's facts. So D2 direct to consumer, right? B2B retainer, that's facts. Sewing machines and equipment, rent factory or small workspaces, skilled labor, tailors and cutters, materials, fabrics, trims, right? Power logistics and packaging, marketing and website. And so. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Example, multi-estimates for starting lean. Let me see. So starting lean, workspace rent 50k, tailors 200k, X4, okay, that's fine. Machines and tools 300k, fabrics and materials 100, okay, that's fine. Utilities 20, branding and website that we can do for free. So overall, we would say about I'd say 120, 400, 420, 620, about 7 lakhs, I would say. About 7 lakhs, yeah. Okay, so that's 0.7. And marketing and clients. Marketing plan, create a simple website, Instagram showing your team, process, and samples. Offer sample packs for influencers and small brands. Call email fashion startups and e-com stores. Partner with fashion designers from SL. For case studies, do excellent work for a few clients, show behind the scenes, and get referrals. Minimum viable product, start with small workspace with 2 to 5 tailors. So 2 to 3 types of products, right? Offer 1 week sampling with fast feedback. Build case studies, photos from feedbacks from clients, WhatsApp Slack for with clients for updates, and Use Trello to manage orders, Canva for catalogs and quote sheets, and team plan. Product manager tailors quality checker, ensures export ready quality. Freelancer optional for tech back size slash sizing. Right. Low delays due to fabric suppliers. Build multiple sources. Right. Low profit margins. Stick to high value niche clients. Niche clients, that's facts. Currency risks, price in USD for export clients. Yeah, that's facts. Get five repeat B2B clients in 6 months. Reinvent at product strategies, smoothware, swimwear. Partner with courier and export specialists. Get internal certification, ethical trade, fair labor. Okay, so next step checklist. Could choose a niche: t-shirts, uniforms, sustainable fashion. Rent small space. Let's get to build samples website. Reach out to 20 to 50 brands, small brands locally, globally. Build reputation with a few clients. Track all costs and customer feedback. Right. Especially fast production of simple garments. Fashion brands or designers can. Right. Right, that's facts. Okay, so why it's available. Brands are on tight launch schedules. They often test with small batches or influencer drops. Being able to get sample in 3 to 7 days makes you competitive, reliable supplier. Your new brand sends you a tech pack or reference photo of a hoodie. Source similar fabrics locally. Stitch 1 to 2 samples within 5 days. Ship or show it to them. Give them they give feedback, approve, bulk order. Right, facts. Right. Refers to fast production of simple garments products so that clients see and feel real prototype of their design. Test the fit, fabric, stitching quality, and trims. Making quick decisions or revisions before bulk production. Brands are on tight launch schedules. They often test with small batches or influencer drops. Being able to sample in 3 to 7 days makes you a competitive, reliable supplier. And brand sends you a tech pack or reference photo of a hoodie. You source similar fabric locally. Sample, stitch 1 to 2 samples within 5 days. Ship or show it to them fast. They give feedback, approve, and bulk order. Facts. Okay. Cool, man. Cool beans. Okay, so we're gonna be like business. What's the word for it? Quick apparel. Okay, quick turn sampling. All right, so yeah, everything starts small, right? So lean, okay, lean Lean Six Sigma. Lean is a data-driven data-driven methodology that combines the principles of Lean and Six Sigma to improve process. So I had Lean. Okay, Lean is reduce waste by streamlining the processes, use effects, and by effectively, right? PDCA. Right. Only focus on what gives value to the customer. Reduce errors and make things consistent. Trim the fat and fine-tune the behavior machine. Build, test, improve, and repeat. Test it, through it, and repeat it. Right, channels. Make it as easy as possible for the customer. So let's say biz channels and marketing channel, Instagram ads, sales channel, Shopify store, and delivery channel, printful ships to their house. That's facts. That's POD. Would you like me to explain any of the other business model canvas boxes? Okay. Channels, right? So revenue, costs, value, customers. It's facts. Goal: visualize your whole business. SWOT analysis. Solve problems creatively by focusing on real people. Define the problem, brainstorm, prototype, and test. Right. OKRs, objective and key results. Get more users, 10k signups, boost right. Flexible and fast, work in small chunks, show it to the customer often, improve as you go. MVPs. So MVPs are agile. So let's say agile. MVPs. So you do it quick. The fuck is quack? Do it quick and iterate. Do it quick and iterate upon feedback. Collect data at the same time. Number 15, the imposter from Among Us. As you can see, anyways, a flavor of agile. Work in 2-week sprints with clear roles. Scrum master, product owner. Right, so you work in 2-week sprints. Alright. Kanban, it's Toyota. To do, doing, done. It's a Kanban board. 6 Sigma, best of both worlds. Cut waste, lean, and reduce errors. 6 Sigma. Be fast and accurate. That's facts. Cut waste and reduce errors. 6 Sigma, get things right every time. Core idea, reduce errors and make things consistent. Think like, so let's make this so perfect that there's only 2.4 mistakes in a million tries. That's facts. Quality control, engineering, and operations. Cut the crap and only focus on what gives value to the customer. Why are we doing this step if it doesn't help the customer? Facts. Let's say what other concepts like animal. Teach me more. Kaizen. Always keep improving. Even 1% every day matters. Facts. Consistency. Every small fix adds up. Total quality management. Quality is everyone's job, not just one team. That's facts. So here to intern, we all care about doing things right. Theory of constraints. Find the bottlenecks and fix it. There's always one weak link. Strengthening it first, then move on to the next. Right. Plan, do, check, act. Plan, find the problem, then plan a fix. Try the fix. Measure result. Lock in the change or adjust. Value stream mapping. Visualize the full process to find waste. Balance scorecard. Measure company performance across 4 areas: financial, customers, internal processes, learning, growth. Let's not just focus on profits, let's see the whole picture. 5 forces. just in time, reduce inventory, and deliver things exactly when needed. Don't stock up, make or buy only when required. Right? Customer relationship management, manage relationship with leads and customers, conversations, keep customers happy and coming back. Personal analysis, think like what outside stuff could mess with or help my business. Do you like, right? Right, facts. Let's move on to direct to consumer. So let's do this, a data-driven methodology that combines the principle lean, reducing errors and improving the performance. Right, so for random sampling, select your property. QuickBooks, I'll take a look at it later. Lean Canvas is a one-page business model template designed for startups, particularly during the early stages of developing and validating a business idea. So as you can see, this is the problem, solution, customer target, customer segments. What else do we have? Unique value proposition, single clear compelling message. This states why you are different and worth buying. Top 3 features can be easily copied or bought. And revenue streams, cost structure, key activities you measure, and path to customers. And let's do this lean canvas, and let's move on to the next one. Cost of goods sold. Being right, I already have that, don't I? I already have that. Cost of goods sold. Getting inventory, purchases, ending inventory, cost of goods sold. So the sum of all the costs associated with making a product, right? So let's move on. Autonomy, the ability of the person to make his or her own decisions. That's facts. Let's go on to empowering, power, authority or power to do something. Facts. Net present value. So let's get this equation. NPV, net present value, gross domestic product. That's like how much a country makes, right? One means monetary value of final goods and services that is bought. That is, those are bought by the final user produced in a country in a given period of time. That's facts. Okay, so it's a business GDP measures the what? GDP doesn't measure, for example, macro and microeconomy, like micro and macroeconomics. I like having images as well, so it makes it easier for me. Alright, so let's move on. Supply chains, so that's how goods are flown from customer, from the raw material supplier, factory, distribution, retail to the customer. So usually you would buy from a factory. Supply chain and product inventory. Those facts. OKRs versus KPIs. So let's just say, for example, business OKR, which is the objectives and key results, and the KPIs, which is key performance indicators. Right? Cool. And tools used to assess the profitability of investments. Right? So NPV, net profit, I think it's like net present value, internal rate of return. So net profit value and IRR, which is internal rate of return. Yeah, balanced scorecard, strategic management tool that helps organizations translate the vision and strategy into measurable goods and iterative initiatives. Strategy, business actions, and the behavior of direct reports. Business balanced scorecard. And the balanced scorecard. Process of making educated guesses about future events by examining the past and present data. Right? So forecasting is the process of making educated guesses but by looking at the previous and past and present data. Liability, so being legally responsible for something. Supply chain, track of all individuals, organizations, resources, activities, and technology involved in the creation of and sale of product. Management. Cool. Alright, Porter's five forces, competitive rivalry, things like that. So as you can see, cool. So for now, we have a pretty good amount of notes, as you can see. Let's try to go through what we have. That's ongoing performance, and this is the strategic roadmap. So that's the objectives and key results, right? How we're gonna get this key results with the objective, right? Business supply chain. So as you can see, raw material supplier, and then we produce it in a factory, we distribute it to retail, and get it to the customer, right? This is very important. GDP measures how much money a country is making from everything they produced, right? Value of all the finished goods and services produced within the country's borders in a specific period of time. So as you can see, net present value, you divide it by 0.64. What's that? I think that's interest every year. Right, interest. Pretty sure that's interest. Or like this is a depreciation, I believe. Right. This is channels, how you're gonna sell it, how you're gonna market it, stuff like that. Quick turn sampling, mass production of sample and garments. Right, all good. Risk and crisis management, that's okay. Six Sigma, what the Sigma? Cost of goods sold, it's fine. Ability of the person to make his or her own decisions. Right, that's facts. Net profit, net present value. Value of cash inflows and present value of cash outflows over a certain period of time. There's product flow. Customer. So supplier. Primary product flow. User. Customer, right. Right. Hmm. Facts. Porter's five forces. Scalability, so how easy your business can grow without a huge increase in costs, right? Business brain drain, so that's when people leave the country, of course. It's like from an economic perspective, though, so I'm gonna flag this as econ. Compliance, the state of being in accordance with established guidelines or specifications, or the process of becoming so. Corporations, an individual or group of people, such as an association or company that has been authorized by the state to act as a single entity. LLC, Six Sigma, on the Sigma. Define, measure, right? Analyze the data to identify root causes or defects or inefficiencies in the process. Improve, right? So you need to collect data right here and identify the problem, right? So obviously you need to collect data from day one, improve the problem, right, with the data, and then control, right, over time. How is it affecting? This includes setting up monitoring systems to maintain process improvements. Sustain and focus on continuous improvement and maintaining the changes made. This ensures the process improvements and are not only achieved but also sustained long term. So plumbing, roofing work, heating, ventilation, air conditioning, landscaping and lawn care, pest control, junk removal and handyman service, car detailing, economic cycles, expansion, economic cycles. So this is part of econ. Bam. Oligopoly. Number of with a small number of firms, none of which can keep the others from having significant influence. Classic hedge funds, global macro, betting on entire economies, quantitative trading nerds, supercomputers, data, and event-driven, profiting from chaos, right? Global macro, betting on entire economics, and long short equities, classic hedge funds, right? Other people's money, personal money, usually larger, usually smaller, well, very early, later, Series A, Series B, and beyond. So seed is obviously the first round, and series, what is seed? Seed in business. Initial stage of funding, right? Seed A, Series A, and then seed funding, crowdfunding. So seed funding is obviously the first stage of funding, first stage of funded. And let's say, for example, initial stage of funding and development of a new venture, often a startup. So I'll just get the definition as well, just in case. And let's get the images as well, so it makes more clear. And let's go to, so very early pre-seed seed stage. So let's get a picture of this one as well. And this is a VC fund, venture capital, and angel investors, so personal money. That's why they're using their own money for investing, usually smaller, and using other people's money. So venture capitals obviously combine a lot more people's money and then sell it to you. To involvement, board seats, advisory roles, etc. Typically less involved, more informal mentoring, quick informal decisions, more gut driven, right? Formal process committees, extensive due diligence, that's facts. Massive returns, big exits, IPOs, acquisitions, right? Acquired by other companies and going out in the stock market, right? Massive returns, big exits, high returns, personal passion, support innovation. That's facts, right? So an angel investor is an individual, right? So let's get this definition right. Angel investor versus VC venture capital. What's the difference? Let's see what the difference between these two entities are. Angel investors and venture capitalists both provide funding for startups, but they differ in their investment amounts. So what's the difference? Angel investors invest their own personal capital. Venture capitalist firms typically invest other people's money. So they pull money and then they invest into your startup, pretty much. Cashier systems, education and clothing, real estate syndication, group investment. So that's when people get together and invest into a real estate project like a hotel, etc. And come up with a pricing scale. There are many pricing methods: hourly, fixed project, fixed and ongoing pricing. So men's lust, women's beauty, elderly's health, children's education, fear of loss, desire to get rich. So business pets and stocks, bonds. Bonds are when they want to raise money, right? Bonds and issued by the government when they want to invest, they want to raise money, right? So let's copy this image. This is here. And let's go on to Peters. Yeah, that's facts. High leverage, code, media, capital, and labor. So those are the different layers of 100,000 exactly. Facts. This is basic business concepts. Code, stocks, real estate into your own business, into other businesses. Your money into other people's business, invest other people's business, bigger investment, right? Private equity, finding deals plus money. So that's basically building your private portfolio. So private equity, finance. Stock in a private company that does not offer stock or to the general public, right? And yeah, this is how to scale ads. Ways to get your suppliers. Construction company. Delta of time. This is a very good file. Cheat sheet. depth of money, ease of use, and depth of money, affordability, right? Depth of effort, ease of use. Swiggy ordering food in 2 taps, calling restaurants. Depth of social status, aspirational value. Depth of money, depth of time, speed and convenience, and depth of the delta new product value divided by old product value. The product has a strong chance of success. Users are unlikely to switch from existing solutions. Facts. Succeed by creating a 4x advantage over existing alternatives in key value areas. If a product is not at least 4x better, adoption remains slow and fails. Or fails. Wait. Delta 4 theory. Delta 4 theory. Right? Consistency, availability, and partition tolerance. Availability and partition tolerance. Business. Yep, theory. Cool. So from here, jobs. Right, so this is just to find a job, cybersecurity expert. It's banker. Right. Alright, so we're gonna go to back to your boy right here. ChatGPT. Fucking new advanced economics. So shadow bank system, liquidity trap. I need to refer to this tomorrow actually. TTP, business cycle. Microeconomics, that's supply and demand, elasticity, opportunity cost, what you give up. Game theory. Strategic decision making when outcomes don't depend on others' actions. Marginal utility, each additional unit gives you less satisfaction. Global economics, comparative advantage. Countries specialize in what they do best in trade. They do best in trade, yeah. Trade still benefit both. Exchange rates, how much one currency is worth in terms of others. Goods, exports, travel and investing. Balance of payments, current account, goods, services, and income. And capital account, which is investments and loans. Advanced concepts, quantitative easing, central bank prints money to buy assets, increase money supply. Crowding out, when government borrows a lot, it may push up interest rates and reduce private investments. Moral hazard, if people are protected from risk, they may take more risks, right? Banks may behave recklessly if they expect bailouts, right? Liquidity trap, bailouts. When interest rates are low, but people don't spend. Act of giving financial assistance to a failing business or economy to save it from collapse. Right. Failing business or economy to save it from collapse, right? Stagflation, at the same time, Africa shows that after a certain point, raising taxes decreases total revenue. Shadow banking system, non-traditional banks doing financial stuff like hedge funds, investment firms. Non-traditional banks doing financial stuff. Traditional banks or financial stuff like hedge funds. Right. Regulate and less regulated. That's facts. Cool. There's not banks and they take their own fucking decisions, and that's a bad thing for the economy because if they fuck up a decision and take away money from the economy, then we are fucked. Thank you very much. Cap theory is a concept in distributed computing that states a distributed system can only guarantee 2 of 3 properties: consistency, availability, and partition tolerance. This is not right. Okay. So this is a computing thing. It's not business cap theory. So it's a computing thing. It's a cloud cap theory. So yeah, I mean, everything's set now. Chartered, Tech Jobs, Pestle Analysis, Conglomerates, SL, and Apparel and Textile. Sri Lankan demand. Sri Lankan demand. So agricultural, tourism, construction and real estate, IT and technology. Though this is less, but still it happens. Tourism, very much. Construction and real estate, very much. Agriculture, very much. Rubber, coconut, spices. And banking and financial services, very much. Telecommunications, very much indeed. Tea industry, once again, very much indeed. Apparel and textiles, once again, very much indeed. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So we can just refer to these notes once more. And Sri Lanka finds best in these industries. Cool. So yeah, apart from that, we have so I should probably refer to this later on, but not right now. Right, this is not that difficult. Just gotta find them jobs. That's what it is. What the hell? Okay, so hedge funds. You've read about these? Yeah, cool. Okay. All right, then that's pretty much it, guys, for today. Subfinder. You know what? I'll make a note about that as well. Cyber. Fuck. Subfinder is actually pretty useful. Say Subfinder, the w3schools.com. Silent all. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I'm gonna head out now, and yeah, so I'll see you guys in my next one, probably later today. Gonna go sleep now, and gonna learn this last bit of this. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for now. And I guess I'll see you guys in my next video. Just watching the last bit of this. Where is it? Cyber. Anyways, I'll find it.